Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Crypto Carnage continues spilling over into Ethereum, which was one of the stronger ones. Talked about yesterday this double bottom, which did trigger. This one did trigger, hitting the first target, hitting the second target, reaching up just beyond the end of the clear path into this little cluster zone before collapsing. And we talked about the 1189 being the lowest probability target. So that is done. That's why you don't get greedy when you have profits. You either move up your stops to lock in something or at least reduce your risk, and then you take some profits off or get your stop to a certain level once you hit a profit taking level. So if it does reverse, you are protected and lock something in. Then we did a projection from the highs on the 28th to these lows back on the 30th, which was one side of the double bottom, which gave us our next key levels with this little cluster, 1013 to 1015, pretty much closing right on it. Then spiking down, 985. Look at this. What was the low here? If you're not believing in these levels at this point, 985 was that level right there. Now we're rebounding up. What are we going to be watching for? We are going to be watching for a return to right around the 1074 to 1085 area key resistance and see what happens there. But we are getting a nice rebound right now. Now we can pull these levels down since all those levels are hit. If we do watch down, watch again 995 to 985 as for key support. And look at this, we have another major cluster. So if we sell off, if this goes back to rotation zone and rotates back down and starts a new leg down, we have 950 where we have a prior retracement level and the 12.5% projection. And below that, then we have 915. And then we'd be watching for a return to the 905 lows. Let's check in on the daily chart for Ethereum. So here's the daily chart. Oh, look at that too. If we do continue a sell-off, another leg down, right at that 950 level, we have the flat 50-day exponential moving average. That would be a very important level to watch for a possible reversal pattern. Checking in on the weekly, you see right now we're still holding above the 8 EMA. We haven't even fully returned to the rotation zone on a weekly basis because Ethereum went so far so fast. So if we start hitting these 950 levels, we're finally dipping into the rotation zone on the weekly. And you could see if we had a major sell-off, it theoretically could easily return to the other side of the rotation zone, which right now is coming in around 689. That's going to probably move up. We're probably watching around the 700 to 709 level should we get a major sell-off on another weekly basis. So keep that in mind also. Switching over to Monero. Monero also did not trigger the double bottom. You see move sideways, let the 8 catch up, and then plummeted through our levels. Didn't give us even a chance to update the next level, so we had to use reverse Gambox levels, which have not been hit yet. Now we can finally update. Let me remove the double. Now we can finally update it with this rally. So you can go for the big scale levels, and we could also do from this last little sell-off some other levels and see what we have now here. So let's see. I'm going to have to, since we've sold so low, I'm going to just have to do this manually. All right, so if we rally back to rotation zone right now, I moved our retracements to the last little lows around this 232. 254 is a 12.5% retracement. I'm going to be watching what happens once we hit about the 259, 260 to 262 area. And then on a stronger rally, we'll be watching for about the 270 to see if it holds there or rotates back down. On a rotation back down, again, watch for a retest of 232. And then if that breaks, 228 is going to be some minor support, but then the next major area is going to be 215 to 218. Then we have a real strong cluster at 205 to 206. Let's check in on the daily chart. So daily chart, see right now we're technically trading below. We've rallied back, so we went below the lows on January 17th, and now we've rebounded back up again. So that is, there's some buyers stepping in now here. On a daily basis, on a strong rally, there'd be major resistance back at the 275 to 277 area, then the 293 area would return it to the top of the declining rotations, or the bottom of the declining rotation zone. Finally, over to Ripple. Ripple just moved sideways, let the it didn't have a potential double on here. Just moved sideways and it was too sloppy for a horizontal channel. Rotation zone caught up, plummeted down, eventually hitting the 87.5% retracement. We got a slight bounce, but then selling off again. Ripple, very, very, very weak. Can't stress that enough at this point. So the next major, let me clean up the chart a bit. Always leave the levels on this one until everybody can see how it behaved. Right now, the next major levels are from the highs on the 18th of January back to the lows on the 17th, which give us, let me move. Okay, let's see here. That didn't work very well, did it? All right, next major levels, we're looking at about 0.75, just slightly below there, then about 0.64 on the continued sell-off. We will have some support, though. First level we're watching is this 0.85 level, though. That's essential. That is the lows back on the 17th, so this is still holding above those lows. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart. So rally back, we'd be watching for about the 0.9586 level and then the 106 for the key rally back levels if we do get a rally back at some point. So that's what we have for you on Ripple, and we will talk to everybody soon. Bye for now.